We're going to go to franchise. I'm trying to navigate through different screens at once because I've got the chat on my phone, I've got the stream on my computer, and then I'm trying to get the Xbox going. So I'm very overwhelmed right now, but we'll make this work. This is what we do for the content. Amaranth's live. Alright, we're in here. Would you like to Z refranchise again? No, I'd like to delete. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, while I get this loaded up here, we're here for the Pro Bowl. Obviously, last season, this was a purely Dan Reno production. He did a great job just vibing out for 45 minutes while watching the Pro Bowl. It's going to be the same format here. We're going to watch the CPU duke it out for the last time here at Madden 22, AFC versus NFC. I am joined, obviously, by the Super Bowl representative from the NFC, Miami brother, soon to be Chicago brother, Dan Reno. How's it going?
Hey, Connor, it's doing great. Doing great. This is something that we talked about doing for a while, and it's going to be a nice vibing out stream. We're going to see the best players in the league duke it out today, so it's going to be fun.
Absolutely, it's going to be a lot of fun. We got Justin in here saying, "Let's go, baby." As far as I'm concerned, Dan, this is your show. This is your baby. You are the Pro Bowl king within this, but we can go whatever direction you want to here. Commentate the game, just talk about whatever you want to talk about, like. Yeah. The floor is yours. Just, lead us through it here.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, we're just going to see these guys come out of the tunnel. Baker Mayfield, one of probably the best, most successful quarterback this cycle. When we talk about championships, talk about just getting awards and stuff. Just gunslinger, Patrick Mahomes there. Like, well, they got stars all over the place. This is what's great about the Pro Bowl, man.
This has been a pretty loaded cycle in terms of both AI talent, in terms of just pure player talent here. And as I'm looking at these players, man, I mean, it really does sum up. The final Pro Bowl of the cycle really to me just sums up a lot of the memories that we have moving forward. These are all the best players in the league right here. Whether they were in the league to begin, whether you drafted them as AI, this is kind of like what we're seeing here is a representation of just what the league's been all about, and I'm excited. As we 100%. End this cycle here, obviously one more game. What players will you most carry with you? Like, who do you think most made their mark on the league? We'll be still talking about them 10 cycles from now?
I mean, the first answer that comes into my mind is very obvious. It's Kene Nwangwu. We'll be seeing a lot of him today in that Jets helmet. I traded him to King to start off the cycle, and I knew that going in when I did that trade, I just handed him the 6-time MVP over to King. And...
So not interrupt you. I'm gonna have to ask real quick. How do I go CPU v CPU here? Like, how do I not take control of them?
You're gonna super sim and do it slow. It's just like super sim to the end of the game, but make sure the speed is set to slow.
Okay, I have custom play options. Jump to next play and jump forward. What should I press?
Yeah, you see that X option? Make sure that's on slow first.
Okay.
So right now it's fast.
Slow. Yes, I see it. Okay.
And then just jump forward to end of game. I mean, you're just going to watch the whole game, right?
All right. Boys and girls, I should do it. I'm putting my controller down. We're going to watch this bad boy. AFC here. You'll have to remind me real quick, as we're going to see the return man take it out. Oh, my goodness. Almost break it big there. Who in the AFC most interests you in this Pro Bowl? Like, who are you most excited to see get active?
Honestly, so we've seen a lot of Kene already. I saw him last year play. I'm excited to see what Don Washington's all about. You see him coming out right here. He's going to be, the AI starting quarterback for the AFC. And I just want to see what he looks like if the CPU Don can really prove his Hall of Fame candidacy.
Well, that's not a good start there as he gets just screamed out and taken down by Fred Warner. Yeah, I mean, obviously, as far as this AFC Pro Bowl list looks, we've got Kene in there. We've got Don Washington there. I'm assuming we've got Shelton in there. I honestly am not 100% sure. You're going to have to remind me, who's on his Pro Bowl rosters here. But a lot of asterisks here, a lot of steroid usage among these AFC quarterbacks.
Yeah. Yeah, it might be Kyler Murray as the last slot. That's probably the best guess.
Deep shot here. Oh, my God, I'd have to dot there. by Don Washington.
Oof.
Yeah, I'll have to ask you real quick, just kind of like as we're wrapping the cycle up here, obviously we've got a final game, I have to see which players are going to be most in your mind. Like, which user, I mean, obviously Hero's going to be part of the answer to this, but like, which users in your mind really like surprised you in a good way? Like, who had just like a far better cycle than you were expecting?
I mean, obviously, here's the obvious answer. I was really pleased to see how well Steele did. Once he got that Kyler Murray trade, he was just pretty dominant. And dominant that first season, and pretty good force the rest of the cycle. Nobody else really surprised me. I was very pleased just to see his upwards trajectory as little Alex, just completely dominating the NFC for 2 seasons. Just couldn't get it done, unfortunately, but, like, we bag on him a lot, but, he'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
If he sticks with us. So, it was nice to see his progression and him kind of grow. And, CMAS is going to always be good. Justin's going to be Justin. Cody, we expected Cody to be a dog, and he certainly has been a dog in the past 2 seasons. So, yeah, it's been a fun cycle.
Today with his first handoff there, takes it for a gain of 12, showing that just explosiveness. And yeah, I still, obviously it was a fine move for you. Obviously, Dalvin Cook's, been cooking for those Minnesota Vikings, but I can't get over you trading Kenny to King of all people. Like, you just handed the man, like,
I'll tell you,
OP running back.
Hey, he sweet talked me really hard. I knew what I was going into. I figured, I thought about keeping Kenny and trading Cook, but Cody kind of gave me a word of advice. He said, you want to start with a good running back because you're not going to dev a running back. So, you want that safety valve. You have to run 10 times a game, so might as well keep a dog with you because you're not going to make a dog. So, but yeah, going in it, I knew Kenny was going to be a dominant player. I knew I did a disservice to all the other users in the AFC, but I did what I had to do. I had to boost up my defense, which needed to get younger and faster, and like Javelin Guidry, pretty good player, coming into the final season, 98 speed corner. So I wouldn't have had him if it weren't for that trade. So I think it was a win-win on both sides. Obviously, he had some stellar seasons with Kenny, but we exchanged some draft picks in that trade too to continue on that trade, and the second round pick I got from King ended up being J.C. Burns. So can't complain about that.
A win-win trade, 100%. Yeah, future Hall of Famer, 100%. J.C. Burns is Don Washington. For this being the Pro Bowl, this defensive line really has a grudge against Don Washington here. Maybe they've seen all the steroid use. That is our 3rd sack of the game here. We're on our third to 33. Yeah.
Well, I really believe when you watch the CPU play. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I think my internet just pooped out for a second. But
I
noticed that when you watch the CPU play each other, especially in the Pro Bowl, when the teams are stacked, the D line's going to eat. So I think we're going to see a lot of sacks today.
Make that 4 sacks.
Yeah. We're going to see a lot more sacks than we usually do in user versus user play. Because they're going to get some sheds. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah, no, you see all those ability D linemen there. I mean, I do think we have a couple edge protectors there, but it just wasn't enough. That drive down Washington goes down 4 times, and we're going to see a very defensive heavy. I mean, I appreciate in this game that they, didn't code in the players half-assing it like they normally do in the Pro Bowl. We see these D linemen like fighting for their lives here, and this is a lot of fun. Wow, what a punt! That's a Pro Bowl punt if I've ever seen one.
Who's that punter?
I don't know. We're gonna find that out. That was beautiful, though.
Mm-hmm.
Baker Mayfield taking the field here, obviously 3-time Super Bowl champion. Now with the Washington football team, not quite able to have the same success as he did with Cleveland, but man, I mean, Baker just really cementing his legacy as probably the greatest better league quarterback of all time, honestly, across cycles.
But yeah, to be honest, he got 5 rings now?
But most accomplished, at least, yeah. Most accomplished.
Yeah, most accomplished. And I mean, he ended up pretty damn good this cycle. He got Gunslinger. I really thought he could have taken Little Alex all the way to the top with him and Gunslinger. That was a very deadly combo. But yeah, man, he's just a guy that you got to watch out for. I don't know what he's going to look like for the rest of BL history. They're probably going to really screw with his overall, with him, being unceremoniously traded to the Panthers. So his BL dominance is probably it. It's probably over at this time.
I would have to.
But it was a great run, great career for the guy.
And not speaking of great runs here, Dwayne Potter with 2 quick handoffs, -1 yard. They're going to give it to him on 3rd and 11.
Oh my god.
I think the commission of the league called down to the NFC head coach there and said, give my guy Potter some carries here. A handoff on 3rd and 11? I'm sick.
Are you sure you didn't put your custom back in?
Nah, I sure didn't. I promise you. I promise you. It was New Orleans.
Okay.
I mean, we'll see if it continues. But yeah.
I mean that was just Bernie Sanders. What do we call him? Like, what are we calling on that sideline?
I don't even. I mean, it is Bernie Sanders the 12th over there. I mean, that is in the lore. That is his coaching. Yeah, just piss poor play calling out of Bernie, but that's kind of the experience you get with the Sanders family in Madden. Let's be honest.
Although in real life, like if this were real life, the Pro Bowl, I think little Alex would be the coach, and maybe I guess CMAS would be on the AFC, because what they do is they do the best record of the divisional round losers. They make that coach the Pro Bowl.
Interesting.
That's a fun fact.
Well, no wonder Don Washington's slinging it here as we have. Ooh, was that an acrobat animation? I couldn't entirely tell. A nice swat there by the Dallas Cowboy. Yeah, I mean, as we head into Chicago here, as we head into ultimately just a day of incredible content. We're gonna have the lottery, and then I can almost guarantee the Pro Bowl, or I can almost guarantee, the team reveal there at the end. Do you have anything up your sleeve for the lottery? Any kind of special things that you can reveal here for the stream?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be pretty hot in one room. That's my only concern.
Yeah.
I would encourage people to not be too loud, because you don't want to be disrespectful of people around you. That's my only other concern. But I told Alex we got to get a case of water, because there's gonna be 10 people in one room and it's gonna be really sweaty. Oh, who's that? Bradbury?
I think that's Bradbury there picking off Don Washington. An innocuous way for Don Washington's cycle to end here. Throwing a pick in the Pro Bowl. You really hate to see it.
You really hate to see it. But Bradbury had a very good cycle. I think he was pretty locked down for Lucky on that side of the field, and got some good abilities pretty early on, and just was really a centerpiece of that New York Giants defense.
I mean, that's a big reason that Lucky was willing to trade me, a couple defensive pieces for Mahomes. I mean, other than obviously acquiring Gunslinger, like that's a big reason he was willing to make the trade he did, is because he knew Bradbury had a lockdown there on the other side. As we continue to see Dwayne Potter, and I am now starting to wonder. No, he comes out empty here. I think we're good. I hope we're good.
Yeah,
I'm praying on it. Yeah, you had me a bit worried there, but as we. All right.
You know what? But Dwayne Potter's fighting. He was really he really hurt the media this season, and he hurt him after the divisional round. After getting 5 carries in garbage time, like Alex conceivably had a chance in the game, but he kept feeding Dwayne Potter the ball, try and get him better stats as he ended the cycle. Just to make him look better on paper.
As Baker finally drops back here and immediately with an absolute dot there, my goodness. Throw the ball, Baker. That was hot. Patterson with the catch. But yeah, I think Dwayne Potter, I mean, he said he wants to be the Pro Bowl bell cow. You rarely see someone pounded up the gut 30 times in the Pro Bowl, but it looks like that's what we're getting here. And I do have to ask you real quick, am I going to have to go in and manually sub people out after the half, or how does that work?
Yes.
Okay. That's
yeah. If you want to see, I guess since you're not controlling the AFC, and I don't think there's any way to, you're going to see the AFC stars this whole time. But we can swap around the NFC. depth chart, and we can go deep down there.
I promise you, I'm getting Cherry in there. I promise you. I don't care about anyone else.
Yeah, we gotta get the real. We gotta get the real Hall of Famer there.
The only Hall of Fame running back I recognize from this cycle. Blaine Potter getting carried by his offensive lineman there. Oh my gosh. Let me see who we got in here real quick. We got King. Dan obviously following along. Chase, Justin, P-Town, Nico. Welcome to the stream, y'all. Obviously, we're going to have a lot of viewership for the Super Bowl. Obviously, that's going to be the final stream of the cycle, but thanks for showing up here for the Pro Bowl. You know, I enjoy this content. More content's always a good thing at this point in the cycle, and I don't know if I love kneeling it in the Pro Bowl, but whatever. We move on.
No, they're just trying to have fun. They're not trying to get hurt. Some guys are. Some guys are making business decisions.
Don Washington already has CTE from this game, if I'm being honest.
Like, little do they know these virtual players will never see the field again in this little Madden 22 universe. So they gotta go all out. Unless, like, Jesse sabotages the league again. League file.
Again.
That's a story for another time.
Wow, listen. Shout out to Alex allowing that to happen. That's sick. On the other side, obviously, and this is a conversation we had in the, oh god, I thought that was picked too. This is a conversation we had in the chat. I want to get your takes now that we're on stream, obviously. I talked about your biggest surprises in a positive way, obviously Hero leading the pack there. Who to you, excuse me, are the biggest disappointments of the cycle? Who were you expecting more from that who just didn't produce?
I keep clinging on to him. He's my guy for a long time. I really wanted to see more of Tahuti this cycle. When we talked about this division of death, I thought he had a good chance of winning that division, being competitive. And I thought, after that, after making the AFC Championship Season 1, he was going to remain competitive and he was going to be there every step of the way. But no, he really regressed as we moved on in the cycle. And I remember the first game, my first game of the cycle was against him, and I was really sweating it, trying to really locked in during it, and had to give my A game down to beat him. But when I played him in Season 5 last season, I just didn't really see much from him, to be honest. So I hope we get a better version of Tahuti coming into 23.
I truly believe, and this is based on very limited data, I only watched maybe 3 or 4 Tahuti games this cycle, but I truly believe his biggest issue was on defense. I just don't think, with the, he traded for Brady, I think, at the start of the cycle?
Yeah.
And he traded away some solid defensive pieces in that trade, and then just over the course of the cycle, as C-Mass, Steel, and Hero kind of assembled their war chests, with their divisions, in their division. Oh my god, what a catch. But his roster just did him absolutely zero favors, and it really got to the point by seasons, like you said, 3, 4, 5, 6, where he couldn't stop a soul on defense from what I saw. Even the one time I played him in Season 2, I am far from the most efficient offensive user in the world, but I really could just do whatever I wanted that game. It felt easy, honestly, to move the ball on.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, Tahuti takes pride in being a really great defensive user and a really good, strategizer and realizer of your tendencies and stuff. So I bet you he's got a pretty good scheme out there, but we talk about it all the time, especially on the defensive side, it's all team. Madden's all team. Let's face it.
I am disappointed. I wouldn't say he had a disappointing cycle overall. I'd say he approximately met the expectations of the league, but I'm disappointed that Justin wasn't a bit more aggressive when it comes to team building, because he had the opportunity. Oh, as Washington's fumbling the bag here. You hate to see it, but he really, Hero pretty much wanted to hand him Gunslinger Baker there at the end. He's had, opportunities all throughout, to work on the running back position, to work on the quarterback position. He just refused to, get rid of, any actual talent. He was just super conservative when it came to trading and team building. And I really think, he cost himself an opportunity over the course of the cycle. I really think he cost himself an opportunity at a potential Super Bowl run because of it. He just, everyone else was willing to make those hard decisions, willing to trade away some guys, and he just wouldn't do it, refused to do it.
Yeah, I can't speak too much for about that and what he's got to change in that, because I mean that's
Mhm.
part of my problem with team building too.
Sure.
I'm a big hoarder of talent and just like to stick with the status quo and try and dev my guys. But I mean, Justin really wanted to build up his AI squad, and I think he built some pretty good artificial intelligence pieces. He got Majet. He got Juan Bronson, who was kind of a bust but still solid. He got that tight end Telfer, who's just a dog. So
Hmm.
he did do good with those picks and stuff like that. But he also gave up a lot to like trade up to like the number 1 spot. Like
For
it
Juan
was a
Bronson, who
lot he gave
a
up
good
for him.
piece, but you can't like. Oh my! Oh, that's
Mhm.
never mind.
So
Going
when you
down.
say yeah. So when you say he wasn't aggressive, I disagree. He was aggressive in the draft, but he made some pretty ridiculous, trades, I believe, for what he got. It was still some solid pieces, as we said, but like, was it worth it? I'm
Yeah.
not so sure.
Yeah, I'll say he was aggressive in the wrong ways. I guess you had to clarify. Like, yeah, because
Yeah,
you're right. That
yeah.
was a very big trade he made to move up to number 1. But then you've got Hero pretty much wanting to hand him Baker, and Justin just like tries to lowball him for Gunslinger. It's
Yeah.
like, well, you're handicapping yourself, if you aren't willing to make those trades ultimately.
Yeah. Yeah, and the guys that always end up with the super teams, the CMASs, the Bens, these guys are always willing to give up their talent. They understand the trading process. Like, you got to give something to get something.
Mhm.
And like, yeah, that I think that is a problem with just like he thinks he's got to like trape every time. No, it's just about making your team a little bit better. That's all it's about.
It was Herbert, Derwin, and McDetty. Yeah, Justin, you make that trade 10 times out of 10. Like, what are we even talking about here? For Gunslinger? I think Justin's proving us right now in the chat. But yeah, 56 seconds right here. The story of the Pro Bowl so far, Don Washington with 2 interceptions. CMAS has to be punching the air somewhere.
Yeah, and like Justin just put the people he traded for, or the people that was offered. Like Larry Majet was there, so like I'm sure like this is what I would think as like in that position. Like, man, I drafted that guy. You fall in love with these guys. They're just stupid CPU players, but like, yeah, you love playing with them. You grow with them. You dev them, and you don't want to give them up. It's like the hardest thing in the world to like give up on these guys that you drafted and you developed and stuff. So I feel that.
Yeah, I feel that.
But sometimes you got to make the decisions if you're trying to win.
Yeah, I mean, there is no trade. There is no conceivable trade I would have like given up Chris Banyard for in Madden 21. So like, I get it. You fall in love with your guys, but there's falling in love with your guys, and then there's making the moves you need to make to take yourself from a wild card divisional round loser to a potential Super Bowl contender. Which I do still think like over the course of the cycle, as Dwayne Potter gets the second touchdown, is just dancing on him. That's Alex Evans. No one's regular season game breaking news. I do still think Justin has that Super Bowl level in him. We've seen it before. We've seen him make a couple runs. Like, I think over the course of the cycle, he can get a run off. He just wasn't quite able to do it this cycle.
Yeah. Yeah, and like, I'm always bullish. Well, I should say pre-Kelsey. I'm always bullish on Justin. But like, I always believe that he can. I always like, not that I would put my money on that, like he's gonna win this year or anything like that, but I always believe that he can. I think people undervalue his talent as a Madden player a lot of the time. People want to say he gets lucky and whatever, but no, he's solid. He's solid, and he can definitely make a run if like the pieces fall into place and he just gets some magic over a week and just wins game after game after game, which is definitely possible in this league. So yeah, I believe Justin can be a contender at any time. He's just got to put in the work, get the team right, get the scheme right. It's all got to come together.
Yeah, he's the guy where, like, I think right out the gate he needs to start with an ability quarterback in 923. And obviously, we, based on the beta, we think Gunslinger might be nerfed. Obviously, Escape Artist is an X factor now. It needs to be easy for him. And, like, that's a guy where, like, not to, as, sorry, I got distracted there.
This is clock management.
Yeah,
oh my god,
catastrophic clock management there on a CMAS.
Wow.
As I'm real well, as it goes to halftime here, I'll pause and put in the backups. But he's a guy where like, if he had just put the Browns #1 on his list heading into Madden 22, like, do we talk about him as Super Bowl champion right now? I don't know. Like, I think Justin's, almost as good as Hero in terms of stick skills. Yeah. Like, maybe with that Browns roster, he makes a run.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We're getting some next gen stats here. This is hot. Average yards per inside rush 1.1. Dwayne Potter's actually a bum.
Look at the tableau. Oh my god. Oh. This is frustration, man. That's how it's been all cycle for that kid.
This kickoff will happen. All right, there we go. Oh, it's not letting me mess with the depth chart at all.
You're not. You can't. Really?
It just says resume and quit game. All right, we're watching the starters.
I wonder if you quit game and then resume, because you can like do that against the CPU.
I'm not sure if I want to do.
If you want to try it, yeah. If you want to, I mean, that's risky, but
maybe I should. We're gonna watch the starters. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
That doesn't feel like disaster waiting to happen.
Yeah. Maybe I should. Maybe you shouldn't have pressed full game like I said. So.
Yeah. It's okay. We'll roll with Mayfield and Potter here.
Did you just pause it? Did you just simply pause it, or did you press B to exit?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, if you press B to exit, it gets you out of the Super Sim. So maybe if you do that.
Dwayne Potter really fighting for his life on that play. All right, well, I'll do that then. Yeah, sorry, I've never Super Simmed a game before, so this is all new to me. Yeah, that was Dwayne Potter saying "fuck the noise" right there.
Is that the final play of his Madden 22 career?
I think it was.
His early career.
I think it
until
was.
He coaches. Yeah, just absolutely.
Okay, here we go.
Number 34.
It's got the custom play options and all that up. I still don't see an option to do the depth chart.
No, you just go back. I think.
Set less.
Yeah.
Oh, depth chart. Here we go. Coaching, depth chart. All right, we're in there. Oh, I can do NFC and AFC. Let's go, baby. Back secure. Wait, what?
Oh, really?
You cannot make changes to the other team's depth chart. Never mind. NFC it is. All right, Mahomes, get in there. Cherry, get in there. Backup fullback, get in there. Thurman. Sheed. Hardman, get in there. Ingram and Kittle, get in there. I'm not worried about the offensive line. Sorry, y'all. Rousseau, get in there. Dupree, get in there. Sure, they'll get in there. Oh, Jamar. Okay. I thought they had Jalen Ramsey outside linebacker. I was like, what the fuck? Fred Warner, get in there. Falk, get in there. Bradbury Phillips, get in there. Reed, get in there. Eddie Jackson, get in there. Yeah, we won't worry about kicker and punter. Third down running back will be Saquon. Power halfback will also be Saquon. We'll give Cherry and Barkley, each their due here. Thurman, get in there. And yeah. Okay. Alright, and now we go back to Super Sim. Speed is slow. Jump forward. End of game. Alright, back secure. We're in there. Well, yeah, because Justin, the reason my audio was ahead of the video there was because I was looking at my Xbox while I was saying all that, so it's like the stream itself is delayed compared to that. But yeah, we're fine.
Doing the old shut off the TV, look at the monitor type of deal on your end.
Yes, sir. That was a mess here. New York Giant Patrick Mahomes. I will say this. I know he played against Cody. I know he played against a guy who was on like a 30-something game winning streak. I was disappointed that Lucky didn't win a game with Mahomes. Literally the only reason I traded him Mahomes was to set him up for making a run. And the man doesn't win. Yeah. What an absolute dot on Mahomes. Jesus Christ.
I mean, I don't think Cody liked that a lot of people picked against him in that wild card round, but I thought that Lucky had a chance. Like,
Yeah.
I thought Lucky had a great chance.
Yeah, absolutely had a chance.
Because he was playing really well with him. I never got the chance to play him with Mahomes, but I knew what Mahomes was all about after playing you in the divisional round last year. You just dicked me down with Omaha.
He's a menace.
It was just
menace.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Lucky was, and this was the story of a lot of wild card games. I think of, our game, Dan. I think of, like, the Chase Alex game where, like, Lucky was, like, really in there in the first half. He was up, like, knocking on the doorstep at the 1 yard line, and then it was that one, I think it was a interception or fumble 6 at the end or something happened, and he just completely fell apart. I don't think he scored a point after that.
That was when I missed the playoffs, and I was sick. Remember that day?
Mm-hmm.
I was, like, throwing up, and I was watching that game. Yeah, he, I think it was a tie game at the 1 yard line, and he threw an RPO bubble for a pick 6 with like 2 minutes to go.
Something
along those lines.
It was a play action. He had Ingram open. He like didn't block Barkley or something, and then it was just disaster.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I mean that was also something that happened. Yeah, that was a different playoff game he played against Cody where he threw an RPO bubble.
I was talking about the couple months ago.
Yeah.
When he didn't have Mahomes.
Yeah, and like you said, it's like you don't expect to go 13-4 and then draw Cody in the wild card round. That is unfortunate, but also gotta win those games,
Yeah. I mean, Lucky had a lot of like regular season success this cycle, but he might be like one of those disappointing users when it comes to the playoffs. Because I mean, he got some tough matches every year because he never got to win the division because of little Alex. So, like, he got, like, myself a couple times. He got Cody a couple times. I don't know what his other 2 playoff matchups were. I think Morty was one of them.
He played Morty once, yeah. Beat Morty, I think.
And did he play you?
He played me once, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So those are all of his games. So, in all those games, in the wild card round, he went 1-5.
Yeah.
So, made the playoffs 6 times, only one. Got out of the first round once. And then almost beat little Alex in the divisional round, I remember, but just a little bit short, hair short against him.
I mean, he's escaped the Hero Madden 21 slander, and I guess a lot of reason for that slander was that just easy ass division the Hero was in, but same playoff record as Hero, in Madden 21. Yeah. That's not the type of company you want to be in.
Yeah, but like again, he was always the wild card. He was never like Hero last cycle. Hero was always like the 2 seed, losing to the 7.
Yeah.
The 3 versus 6.
True.
1 seed, going 1 and done. Like that's what Hero was doing. Lucky just kind of ran into some tough games, tough matchups, I should say.
For sure. And also Lucky's proven that he can make runs. He's made the conference championship game before. He's had a good game. So it's not like Hero where he was like completely unproven going into Madden 21. And then people were like, oh well, he's a fraud in the playoffs. Proved us wrong this cycle. I mean, my God. They're really like this is some 1930s just like 3 yards in a cloud of dust football right here they're watching. I mean, my God. Dive. Okay, finally get some play action. Just for a dunk off.
Well, you got to remember, like in this lobby right here, who's the coach? It's Coach Justin Teeley of the New York Jets. So, of course, he's going to be doing 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Come on.
You got to feed Kanai. Right, let's say it. Dive play. Kanai gets loose.
MVP. 6-time MVP.
I'd like some type of flair, some type of urgency. You're down 3 touchdowns. It's the Pro Bowl. I don't love seeing this type of play calling, but as you said, it's Justin Teeley.
Yeah, it's I mean, this is the Alex versus Cody energy right here.
It sure is. Speaking of disappointing users, Alex, but that's a diatribe for another day. Actually, no, it's not. It's a diatribe for today. Alex, figure it out. Just figure it out. That's what I'll just say to you.
I think not to get. I love Alex, and we're gonna have some good times with him in a couple days.
Yes.
But I think Phil made a pretty toxic comment, but he was pretty correct in many ways.
I'm gonna need you to remind me this comment. Talk to me.
He said a couple days ago in Slack. It was just in the long term, like just general stuff. And he said something like, Alex just got the biggest head after winning 2 Super Bowls with the Chargers in Madden 20. His head just grew to gargantuan size. And he thought he was just gonna be unstoppable for the rest of his BL career. And then, he ran into, I was a tough matchup when I rejoined against him.
I mean, you were a tough matchup for anyone in Madden 20, let's be honest here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think I was 10-0 against him in Madden 20.
Shit! I didn't know that.
Something along those lines. Yeah, so he didn't beat me until, we played Saints-Chiefs in 21. But yeah, so, he thought, even when I came in and beat him every playoffs and whatever, he was still, a competitive user. He'd always be in the divisional round, be in the championship game, still be in contention. So I think he really thought when he got the Chiefs in 21, he got a great team, he was just going to storm out. And, a lot of people had him as, a Super Bowl favorite.
Including me. Yeah. I think in the first podcast with Lucky and Morty, I think I had him making the Super Bowl out of the AFC. I'm almost positive.
I think those little lips of yours gave him quite the kiss.
A little one of those.
Yep.
Speaking, Lucky a few minutes ago asked me what the hottest state I've ever been on was. It's easily our podcast recording sessions, Lucky. You know this.
Oh.
As Saquon gets his first touch, and already I think has more rushing yards than Dwayne Potter. I'm not even joking when I say that. I think he might actually have more rushing yards. Mahomes. Oh my God. I mean, that's just a Mahomes fraud read right there, isn't it, Dan? Just chucking it up into triple coverage like that. Playing hero ball up 14. You hate to see it.
I'll say it. That was kind of like Josh Allen, the wild card run.
Oh my.
That was the first thing that came to my mind. I apologize, but just really letting the AFC give an opportunity for him.
Yeah, the Lucky Chase rivalry was a fun one. They're talking about that a little bit. You hate to see that, Holmes. That's Sim. That's Sim for sure.
Yeah, I mean, what else is Mahomes gonna do up 14 points third quarter? Of course he's gonna try and because he could do no wrong. Pat Mahomes, oh my God, he's so good.
I'm surprised he didn't try to do a behind the back handstand throw there.
Oh my God. Hey, don't worry. That the train, my train is pretty empty. You can come on whenever you want. If you come on, the earlier you get, the better seat you get. It's first come, first serve. So,
Right. Without Tyreek Hill, I don't know. I mean, the AFC's only getting better and better. I don't know. Maybe a pretty rough go of it for Mahomes. We'll see. Especially that division you got. I mean, you're talking
his
about,
division's getting better.
You're going against Herbert, Wilson, and Carr 6 times. Golly. They'll make the playoffs. They'll make the playoffs, but it's gonna be tougher to get there.
All right, let's see what Don Washington can do, though.
Yeah, for real. I mean, the
man has sack up and make some plays.
The man has thrown 2 interceptions already, damn near through a third. I mean, we're talking about just as far as Pro Bowls go. I mean, this is a pretty horrific performance from him. Because they're gonna come out in eye form here. It's Kenny time. Oh. I got an achievement for winning Rookie of the Year with one of my players, even though I didn't win Rookie of the Year. Thanks, Madden! Fullback dive in the Pro Bowl. I'm fucking sick.
Hey, come on, we're getting sweaty.
Damn! Who was that with the tackle? That was incredible. This could be one of the this could be one of the all-time goal line stands here in playoff history. JK.
Who is that? Henry Ruggs?
Broncos Nation. Let's ride. Hi, Lucky. Yeah, no, Russ is a fraud. We knew this. Yeah, that was the drunk driver himself.
Is that the final catch of Henry Ruggs' BL career?
Wow. Actually, wow. Shit, it actually might be.
Think about that.
Did they have him in the game in the beta, like as a free agent? Do you know? Or was that too? I don't know. They might just remove him.
I don't see a world where he's in there.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Because I mean, if he is in there, I'll ignore my morals for a 99 speed wide receiver. I don't care.
I mean, like whoever, like if that's the case, like give me number 32 in the lottery. I'll take any shit team. Just give me number 1 in the free agent selection process.
He isn't in the game. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I figured he wouldn't be. Just on the off chance. Bigger question is, did they forget to remove Tebow? Because if they did, that's an instant free agent acquisition.
Who are some other Florida Gator greats that you could pick up?
Oh man, I mean, listen, we could probably get. Is Vernon Hargreaves on a team? I feel like he. I know the Bucks got rid of him. I'm not sure if he got picked up by someone since then. We could get Hargreaves in there. We could get. I'm thinking of free agents. I don't know if Duke Dawson's on a team. I mean, I could probably trade for Kyle Trask pretty easily. I can't imagine. I mean, they 100% didn't give him any type of stats. Tebow doesn't want to play for you after what you did to him this last season. You mean give him a $360 million contract, P10? What are you talking about? I set that man up for life. So we're watching Mahomes, Barkley, and Evan. Like, we're pretty much watching the New York Giants right now on this NFC team.
Yep.
You know what? Real quick, I'm getting the third string. I don't even know who the third stringer is for the NFC. I'm getting him in here real quick.
I think it's Josh Allen.
Yeah, we're getting Josh Allen in here. Just to give him a couple reps here.
Hey, think about those are your 2 of your quarterbacks this cycle.
Wow, and I traded both of them.
Mahomes, Josh Allen. Where's Brett Boyd? Where's Jameis Winston?
Oh yeah, super soon. Yeah, Brett Boyd's on the road to hell right now, where he belongs.
Where did he land up? Is he in free agency?
I have to. I cannot imagine anyone picked him up. I'd be sick if someone did.
Let's give him a little daddy league search.
I mean, you talk about just a dog shit drafted quarterback. My God.
Like, he couldn't even get a starting job at Notre Dame over Don Washington. Come on, man.
The one good thing about Brett Boyd was he had the Slinger 1 throwing motion. He had the Aaron Rodgers, I think, throwing motion. So, he could get the thing off quick, but man, was he inaccurate.
Brett Boyd is traveling to Miami to back up Mac Jones for Super Bowl 39.
Wow. What a story it would be if you can injure Mac Jones and then Brett Boyd gets action in the Super Bowl. Like, you talk about just... I'd be sick to my stomach.
Good God. Too bad you can't calm that.
I know. No, I'd be going crazy in the booth. I'd be going ballistic. Chase gives us up to Lucky. That's a brother right there. Yeah, Percy Harvin, Chase. I doubt Percy Harvin's, available to sign, but that is an option. That's a good question. Who did win Coach of the Year this year? Do you know?
I'm gonna guess Little Alex.
Yeah,
but that's a just guess.
That'd be my
guess. I'm sure he's got a million coach legacy.
Now the AFC wants to use their timeouts. Didn't want to use them in the first half, but the second half they'll let them fly here.
Hey, is this this Don Washington like not showing any urgency gonna bite him in the ass now? Like he could be down a touchdown if he just maybe didn't know huddle once.
Calls any of his 3 timeouts, that he had in his back pocket.
Any of his timeouts.
I mean, you have to think that Don Washington had money on the NFC. That really is the only explanation for like the type of performance we've seen from him today. 2 interceptions and then just completely tanking them to the first half. I'm sick to my stomach.
Hey, who said he's got that Pete Rose energy? Who said that?
Oh shit! Ooh. Yeah.
Ooh.
Now, that's facts right there. All right, coming coming out under center here with 1:50 left. That's how you do it. Good pocket presence. All right, life. Oh no, he didn't get his second foot down. Okay.
Is that Tyreek Hill?
I don't know who that was, to be honest with you. We have a halfback screen here. This play calling, then you use your timeout. Boy. Oh, boy. All right, so we're saying it's Justin Thiele in this world. We're saying that's who the coach is. We might have to get King out of here after this performance, I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
I mean, this game management has just been... I mean, high school coaches would do better. Oh, my God.
Hey, maybe Tyrell Harrison could do better, high school coach, than Justin.
What?
Thiele.
We're running a stretch with 50. What are we doing?
Come on, you don't have faith in the MVP?
I don't have faith in him with 50 seconds left. No, I don't. To be honest with you. Boy, they're gonna run out of time here. There's 20 seconds left.
Oh my God! I'll tell you.
Congrats. He scored. Oh, he dropped it. Wow.
I'll tell you. This is the year 2022. We got robots talking to each other. We got robots making, beautiful artwork. Command. What is up with this AI play calling in Madden? How stupid can you be?
It was the same way in the old NCAA video games. They would be, especially, the triple option teams, like Army and stuff, they would be so stupid. As that is the 3rd interception by Don Washington. And we're going to have, most likely, a pick 6 here to close off the final Pro Bowl of the cycle. Wow. I mean, what a way. What a way for Don Washington's barely career to end. Unless it gets called back. I'm assuming it was... Yeah, no, it was holding. That's going to stand. That's a pick 6. Don Washington with his 3rd interception of the day.
Don Washington is gonna have to do a lot of splaining to do to the voters of Canton, because this is
Yeah, I think Don Washington just lost my Hall of Fame vote with this performance.
I mean, his last competitive pass was an interception to what's his face? Was that seam interception to Kyle Pitts?
And
now his last pass attempt ever
is just a pick 6 right to the DB. I mean,
an atrocious pick 6.
I mean, it was right between the numbers. Right between the numbers to the DB.
I mean, we're going to have to clip this up for him.
I mean, my God. You talk about going out with a whimper. You talk about going out sad. Dan, what a Pro Bowl. We had a lot of memes. Dwayne Potter didn't do shit. Don Washington was the LVP of the game. I'm going to go over the stats real quick, and I'll try to read them off as they come up on the stream. It's a little hard because I'm looking at 2 things at once right now. We're looking at Don Washington here, 17 for 24. Not bad completion percentage, but obviously 3 interceptions, one of those being a pick 6. We're looking at the rushing. Dwayne Potter, 7 attempts, 6 yards. I mean, my God. We're looking at receiving. The leading receiver... No, I'm not. I'm lying. He's not the leading receiver of the game. The leading receiver of the game was Corn Patterson. Shout out to him. Followed by Kyle Pitts.
Who in the world would you vote MVP of this game?
Oh, man. I mean...
Who deserves it?
It's a low bar. Defense? It's a low bar. I mean, probably has to be Kene, right? I mean, 104 yards and a touchdown.
Team?
Well, who is it on the NFC then? I mean, no one did shit on the NFC either.
I really don't think so. I was gonna say Dwayne Potter for his 2 touchdowns, but 6 yards, less than 1 yard a carry.
You know who it might be? Just for his pick six and just for the memes, it might be Jamario Ramsey there. He was the one who got the pick six at the end.
Of course, isn't he a Panther?
He sure is. Shout out to
Oh
Morty.
my god. Yeah, give it to Morty. Give a trophy to Morty.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's look at the sacks real quick. Fred Warner, Saints legend, Aziz Al-Ajri, Zaven Collins, and Dexter Lawrence all with the sack. Again, the NFC D-line screaming at Don Washington, and he showed it there with those picks. Dan, what a Pro Bowl. We've got some memes. We've got some great stat lines for this one. What's your final message here to the league as you head into Super Bowl 39, as we wrap this up? Just talk to the people. I mean, this will be, other than, I guess, the post-game interview, this will be your last time on our Better League stream from Madden 22, so talk to me.
Of course. Obviously, Better League, great league, great community. I hope everyone tunes in 6 p.m. Eastern. Going to be, one last bang for the rest of for the cycle. It's going to be a great game. So, I promise you, the Roadie Bowls are must watch. So please tune in. And my NFC guys, I'll try my best to bring another Lombardi Trophy home to the best conference. So let's just have a great end to the cycle, and we'll move on. And we're just going to continue to keep BL great.
I promised a hot take in the chat. I promised that I would say it in the booth. Now that I know for sure I won't be in the booth, I'll give it here. And, I maybe kiss a deathing someone that's in the party, someone I just conned with. That's fine. Dan, I think you win by 3 touchdowns. That's my official prediction for Super Bowl 39.
See, it will be a tough game. I anticipate it to be a tough game. Austin will play his best game he possibly can, because that's what he does. He's a very competitive guy, so we're not expect anything less from him. So just gotta lock in, see what he does, and I hope you're right, but we'll see.
Well, good luck in Super Bowl 39. I am not sure I'll be able to watch it or not. Definitely, as I said, won't be able to come, but at the very least, we're watching in spirit. It's going to be a great way. An Austin Dan game is a great way, maybe the best way to close out a cycle. So, very excited for that. Dan, thank you for joining me here for the Pro Bowl. Obviously, Don Washington, the least valuable player of the game. That's really all I have to say about that. What a cycle it's been. I'm excited to see you in Chicago. I'm excited to see everyone else in Chicago. We've got some great content coming down the pipeline. Maybe on Thursday night with Hero and Jesse. Not to tease anything. We may have a nice little stream coming in a couple nights. But regardless, I'll see you in Chicago. And thank you all for joining me here. This is, again, along with Dan, I'm Connor Rice. Peace.